Today we're going to talk about something we all want to know: how to save $10,000 as fast as possible. Sounds like a big number, right? But stick with me, because I'm going to break it down into super simple steps that anyone can follow. Whether you're looking to pay off debt, build an emergency fund, or save for something special, these tips are going to help you get there quicker than you think. Let's jump right in, because saving $10,000 doesn't have to be as hard as it seems. Before we get started, please help out the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe. It really helps us out, and you won't want to miss more money-saving tips. Let's get started. All right. Before we dive into saving strategies, the first thing you need to do is take a good, hard look at your current financial situation. I know, not the most exciting thing in the world, but trust me, it's the foundation of everything. Start by reviewing your income. How much are you actually bringing in each month? Then, list out all your expenses. And I mean, all of them. Bills, groceries, subscriptions, those little impulse buys that add up. This is where you'll start to see the areas where you might be overspending. Once you've got that, it's time to identify where you can cut back. Maybe it's that gym membership you haven't used in months, or those daily coffee runs that are costing more than you think. The goal here is to get rid of the unnecessary spending that's draining your cash flow without you even realizing it. By tracking your spending, you'll have way more control over your finances. You can't improve what you don't measure, right? So let's get those numbers down and start finding ways to save. Now that you've got a handle on your finances, it's time to set a realistic savings goal. We're aiming for $10,000, but the key here is to break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Trying to save a huge amount all at once can feel overwhelming, so let's make it easier. Start by setting a clear timeline. How fast do you want to save this $10,000? Maybe it's 6 months, a year, or even quicker. Once you've decided on your time frame, break it down into weekly or monthly targets. For example, if you want to save $10,000 in a year, that's about $833 per month, or around $192 a week. Doesn't that sound a lot more doable? The most important part of hitting these smaller goals is staying committed and consistent. It might not always feel easy, but if you stick to your plan, you'll be amazed at how fast you can reach your goal. Keep that end result in mind, whether it's paying off debt, building an emergency fund, or treating yourself to something special, and use it as motivation to stay on track. Now that we've set our savings goal, it's time to start trimming the fat. One of the easiest and quickest ways to free up cash is by cutting out unnecessary expenses. You'd be surprised at how much you're probably spending on stuff you don't even use or need. First off, go through all your subscriptions. How many streaming services are you paying for? Do you really need that gym membership if you haven't been in months? Cancel anything you're not using regularly. Those small monthly fees add up faster than you think. Next, let's talk about food. Eating out or grabbing takeout can drain your wallet fast. Instead, try meal prepping at home. Not only will it save you money, but you'll also have healthier, homemade meals ready to go. Win-win, right? And don't forget about the little things: daily coffee, snacks, brand name items. Look for cheaper alternatives. Whether it's brewing coffee at home or buying generic brands, small changes can make a big difference when you're trying to save $10,000 quickly. It's all about being mindful of where your money is going and finding ways to cut back without sacrificing too much. Cutting expenses is great, but if you really want to speed up your savings, it's time to look at increasing your income. The more you bring in, the faster you'll hit that $10,000 goal. One way to do this is by picking up a side hustle. There are tons of options: freelance work, tutoring, or even starting an online business. If you've got skills like bookkeeping, website building, or graphic design, you can find freelance gigs on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. If you prefer something more hands-on, consider offering services like dog walking or pet sitting. You'd be surprised how many people need reliable help with their pets. You could also look into part-time or gig work, like driving for Uber, delivering food with DoorDash, or babysitting on the weekends. These jobs offer flexible hours, so you can work around your schedule and still bring in extra cash. And don't forget about passive income opportunities. This could be anything from investing in dividend-paying stocks to renting out a spare room on Airbnb. While these options might take a bit more setup, they can provide a steady stream of income without too much ongoing effort. By finding ways to boost your income, you'll be able to hit your savings target even faster and get that $10,000 in the bank sooner than you thought. Now, one of the best ways to stay on track with saving is to automate the process. If you don't see the money, you're less likely to spend it, right? That's where automatic transfers come in. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a dedicated savings account, preferably one you don't touch regularly. You can do this with most banks, and you can choose how often it happens: weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Let's say you decide to transfer $200 every week. Over time, that builds up without you having to think about it. The beauty of automation is that it takes willpower out of the equation. When you automate your savings, you avoid the temptation to spend that money on something else because it's already moved out of your checking account before you even notice it's there. It's kind of like paying yourself first. So, make saving as easy as possible by setting up those automatic transfers. It's a small step that has a big impact on helping you reach your $10,000 goal faster. One thing to watch out for while you're saving is lifestyle inflation. You know, when your income goes up and suddenly you feel the urge to spend more just because there's extra money in your account. It's tempting, but if you really want to save that $10,000 fast, it's something you've got to avoid. Let's say you get a raise or start making more from a side hustle. Instead of using that extra cash to upgrade your lifestyle, like buying the latest gadgets, eating out more often, or getting a fancier car, try to stick with your current spending habits. Keep living the way you are now and put that extra income straight into your savings. It's all about resisting the urge to treat yourself every time you see a little extra money coming in. If you can maintain your current budget and avoid lifestyle creep, you'll be able to save so much more, so much faster. That extra income can be a game changer for reaching your saving goal. Reduce debt. Let's chat about reducing debt, because this can really help boost your savings. If you have high interest debt, like credit card balances, that can seriously drain your finances every month. So, the first step is to tackle that high interest debt head on. You might want to try a couple of different strategies to make it easier. One popular approach is the snowball method, where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first. It's super satisfying to see those little debts disappear one by one. Once you knock those out, you can move on to the next smallest debt. Alternatively, there's the avalanche method, which is all about paying off the debts with the highest interest rates first. This can save you more money over time, since you'll end up paying less in interest overall. Choose the method that feels right for you. It's all about what keeps you motivated. The best part? Once you start reducing your debt, you'll free up more cash to put into your savings. Imagine shifting those monthly payments into your savings account instead. So let's get to work on knocking out that debt. Make use of savings challenges. Now let's talk about savings challenges. These can be a fun and motivating way to boost your savings while keeping things interesting. One of the most popular ones is the 52-week challenge. Here's how it works. You start by saving just $1 in the first week, then $2 in the second week, and so on, until you save $52 in the last week of the year. By the end, you'll have saved a total of $1,378. It might sound simple, but breaking it down like this makes it feel less overwhelming. Plus, seeing your savings grow each week can be super motivating. You'll be amazed at how quickly that money adds up. There are plenty of other challenges out there too. Some people try the no spend challenge, where you commit to not spending any extra money for a certain period, while others might do the $5 challenge, where you save every $5 bill you come across. The great thing about these challenges is that they can make saving feel like a game. They give you little milestones to celebrate along the way, which can help keep you motivated on your journey to that $10,000 goal. So why not give one a try? You might find that saving becomes a lot more fun. Cut transportation costs. Let's dive into cutting transportation costs, because this can really add up and help you save more money. One great way to save is by using public transportation or carpooling whenever you can. It's often cheaper than driving your own car, especially when you factor in gas, parking, and maintenance. Plus, carpooling means you can share those costs with friends or coworkers, making it even more affordable. If you live close enough to work or your regular destinations, why not walk or bike? Not only is it a fantastic way to save money on gas, but it's also a great way to stay active and healthy. Think about it. You get to enjoy the fresh air, skip the stress of traffic, and save a chunk of change. Even if it's just for short trips, choosing to walk or bike can make a big difference in your monthly expenses. The less you spend on transportation, the more you can put toward your savings. So, next time you're heading out, consider your options. You might find that there are plenty of ways to save while getting around. Sell unused items. Another effective way to boost your savings is by decluttering and selling items you no longer need. We all have things lying around the house that we hardly use. Old clothes, electronics, furniture, or even that exercise equipment that turned into a clothes rack. Instead of letting those items collect dust, why not turn them into cash? You can easily list these items on platforms like Facebook Marketplace or eBay. Both are super user-friendly and give you access to a large audience. Just snap a few photos, write a brief description, and set your price. You'd be surprised at how quickly things can sell. And it's a win-win. You clear out your space and make some extra money for your savings. So take some time to go through your stuff. You might find that selling just a few items could give your savings a nice little boost. Plus, it feels great to declutter and create a more organized space. Let's get to it. Track your progress. Tracking your progress is a crucial step in reaching your $10,000 savings goal. And honestly, it's a crucial step in every meaningful goal you set for yourself. It's so important to keep an eye on how far you've come and how much you have left to save. This not only helps you stay motivated, but also allows you to adjust your plan if needed. To make this easier, consider using apps or spreadsheets to track your savings. There are plenty of apps available that can help you monitor your progress in real time. You can set up your savings goal, log your contributions, and see how quickly you're reaching that target. If you prefer something more hands-on, a simple spreadsheet can work wonders too. Just create columns for each month, your contributions, and your total savings. The key here is to make it visual. Seeing your savings grow can be incredibly motivating. Whether you're using an app or a spreadsheet, regularly checking in on your progress can keep you focused and inspired to stick to your plan. So let's start tracking and watch that $10,000 goal get closer and closer. Stay motivated. Staying motivated throughout your savings journey is key to reaching that $10,000 goal. And honestly, staying motivated can get you to any goal you set for yourself. Let's talk about some tips to keep that momentum going. First, take a moment to visualize what you'll do with that $10,000 once you reach your goal. Whether it's paying off debt, going on a dream vacation, or building your emergency fund, keeping that end result in mind can be a powerful motivator. You might even want to create a vision board to remind yourself of what you're working towards. Another great way to stay motivated is to reward yourself for hitting small milestones along the way. Maybe when you save your first $1,000, treat yourself to a nice dinner or a fun outing. Celebrating those little victories can help keep you excited and focused. And don't underestimate the power of having someone to share your journey with. Find an accountability partner, someone who's also working toward a financial goal. You can check in with each other regularly, share tips, and motivate one another. Alternatively, consider joining a financial community online or in your area. Being part of a group with similar goals can inspire you and hold you accountable. By staying motivated and connected with others, you'll find it much easier to keep pushing toward the $10,000 saving goal. You've got this. And remember, staying motivated can help you achieve any goal you set your mind to. To recap, we've covered some practical steps to help you save $10,000 fast. We started by assessing your current financial situation and setting a realistic savings goal. Then, we discussed cutting unnecessary expenses, increasing your income, and automating your savings. We talked about avoiding lifestyle inflation and reducing debt, and even explored fun savings challenges. We also touched on cutting transportation costs, selling unused items, and tracking your progress. Lastly, we emphasized the importance of staying motivated throughout your journey. Now it's time to take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today and commit to your savings plan. Every small step you take brings you closer to your goal. If you found this video helpful, please help out the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe. I'd also love to hear from you, so feel free to leave comments below sharing your experiences or any tips you have for saving money. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips and strategies to help you reach your financial goals. Let's make saving money fun and achievable together.